All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a feeling that I bet every single one of us knows all too well. It's that weird, bone-deep exhaustion you feel at the end of a day where you've basically done nothing. And we're going to break it all down using a really simple idea. Your brain has a battery, just like your smartphone. So, does this sound like you? You get home, you crash on the couch, and you just feel completely spent. You're not sleepy tired, you're just gone, mentally wiped. And you think back on your day and go, wait, I didn't run a marathon. I didn't even go to the gym, so why do I feel like this? It's such a confusing and honestly a pretty frustrating feeling. And this right here, this visualizes the whole problem perfectly. Your physical effort for the day, it might be way down here, almost zero. But your mental exhaustion, it is through the roof. It's that huge gap between the two that makes us feel like, what is wrong with me? So here's the most important thing I want you to hear right now. This feeling is not a personal failing. Seriously. It isn't you being lazy. It's not a lack of motivation. It's just a symptom of a very modern problem, one that actually has a really clear cause, and the good news is, a clear solution. So let's use an idea that just clicks. Think of your brain's energy and focus just like a smartphone battery. Every morning you wake up with a full charge. Let's say it's at 100%. And every single thing you do during the day, every little action either keeps that charge stable or, more likely, drains it bit by bit. So if our brain is a battery, what's killing it so fast? Well, it's not one big thing. The real culprit is way sneakier than that. The diagnosis? You could call it death by 1,000 notifications, or death by 1,000 tiny little energy leaks. It starts the second you open your eyes, right? You grab your phone, you check your email, just a quick scan. Boom, a little bit of battery power, gone. Then you fire off a quick reply to a text, another little zap of power. It feels like nothing, totally harmless. And then you're scrolling. Just for a minute, you tell yourself. But every flick of your thumb is another tiny sip from your mental battery. And this quote just nails it. It's not the 2 hours you spend focused on a big, important project that truly exhausts you. No, it's the hundreds of times your brain has to switch gears, change context, and refocus all day long. Each one of those little switches costs you something. Think of these like all the apps running in the background on your phone, just constantly draining the battery. The nonstop notifications, jumping between 20 different browser tabs, all those tiny little micro decisions like, should I answer this email now or later? The constant back and forth on messaging apps. On their own, they're nothing. But add them all up, they can drain your battery to zero before lunch. This leads most of us to ask the completely wrong question. We feel drained, so we think, okay, I need to get more energy. More coffee, maybe I need more motivation, maybe I just need to be more disciplined, but we're looking in the wrong direction entirely. The real question, the one that changes everything, is this one. Where is my energy going? You see, mental energy isn't just something you gain, it's something you have to manage. And right now, for most of us, it's just leaking out through these tiny cracks all day long, and we don't even see it happening. Okay, so we know our battery's leaking. How do we actually charge it back up? This is where we need to get really honest with ourselves about what rest actually is. So let's look at what we think is rest versus what really truly charges our brain's battery. So here's the thing. Most of what we call relaxing is just fake rest. It's a trickle charge, at best. Mindlessly scrolling through social media, having the TV on in the background, just passively consuming stuff. It might not drain you as fast, but it definitely does not charge you. Real charging, getting you back to 100%, comes from things that give your brain no new input. Silence, space, and actual stillness. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. When you first try true rest, I mean like just sitting in a quiet room for 5 minutes, it can feel incredibly uncomfortable. Your brain is gonna freak out a little bit. It's gonna scream for a distraction. That is totally normal. It's just adjusting because it's not used to being idle anymore. But if you stick with it, that discomfort is actually the feeling of your battery starting to truly recharge. Now, managing your energy isn't just about resting better. It's also about working smarter. So let's talk about a method for how to actually reboot your energy, especially when you feel like you have absolutely nothing left in the tank. This right here, this is one of the biggest, most powerful mindset flips you can possibly make. We always wait to feel energized before we start something important. We think we need motivation first, but that's completely backwards. The act of starting is what creates the energy. Action creates momentum. So here's the playbook. Let's call it the kickstart method. Step 1, just start. Don't wait for the perfect mood because it's never gonna come. Step 2, focus on one single thing. Close all the other tabs, put your phone in another room, no distractions. And step 3, just trust that the process works. Let that little bit of initial effort build its own momentum, which in turn generates more and more focused energy.
And here's the cool part. Here's why it works. It's actually way more draining for your brain to constantly be switching between 10 different things than it is to just lock in on one. Once you push through that initial resistance and you get into that state of flow, their brain becomes incredibly efficient. It actually uses less energy to stay focused.
All right, so theory is great, but now it's time to put this into practice. It is your turn to become an energy detective and find those hidden leaks in your own battery. So I want you to really ask yourself this question. Seriously, what are the background apps that are always running in your mind? Where does your attention go when you're not deliberately telling it where to go? The very first step to plugging the leaks is just finding them in the first place. And if you want a really simple, concrete way to do this, try this little experiment today. Set a timer for 1 hour while you're working, and on a piece of paper, just make a little tally mark every single time you check your phone for no reason, every time you aimlessly switch browser tabs, or every time a notification pulls you away. You might be genuinely shocked at how high that number is. And look, the point of that little audit isn't to make you feel bad about yourself or to try and get a perfect score of 0. The goal is just one thing: awareness. Simply noticing how often your attention is being hijacked is the single most powerful step you can take to start getting that energy back.
So I'm gonna leave you with this final thought. All of that lost energy, that feeling of being drained, that's the raw material for your most important work, for your hobbies, for your creative projects. Just imagine what you could accomplish, what you could build, what you could feel if you just started plugging those leaks.